Hi, Mark here from the Tangent Bound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangent Bound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangent Bound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangentBoundNetwork.com and see if Tangent Bound Network is right for you.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swabs it with Earl so it glistens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
The boys will let you know when there's a spurner. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 366.
Sexiest podcast with tasty internet on the network.
Yeah, let's hope anyway.
I know, right?
Yeah. I mean, as everyone can tell by the festivities going on, it's our... This will release just a couple days after our 7th podcast birthday.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, August 2nd of 2011, we were born.
So weird.
Yep. Now we're the terrible sevens. Or the savage sevens. There we go. Yeah.
Nice.
I like it.
Yeah, it's strange, man, that we've been doing this for that long.
Yeah. I agree.
I don't know. Sometimes I don't know what to think of it.
Yeah, no. Did you think we'd go this long when we started?
I wasn't worried about that because I mean, you know, it's kind of what we do. Is we're just like, yup.
True.
We just plow through shit, but it's still like bizarre to me.
It is, yeah. What's weird to me is when I look back at it and I'm like, man, 7 years, you know? And then every once in a while, you know how like a podcast will jump into your feed and it's like episode 700 and something of the podcast and you're like, Jesus, you know?
Yeah, for sure, right?
And then it's like, wait, do they, if it's a once a week one, it's one thing, but, twice weekly, then they're around the same age as us, but it's just, still though, you see that much content, no matter how many times a week they release, that's a lot,
Yeah, it's a, like what you said, a lot of content.
Yeah. It's funny though, I posted in a couple of, places about, groups and Facebook, about it being our 7th anniversary, and, quite a few people were like, holy shit, and
goddamn right, holy shit.
One guy was like, he's like, man, and I thought hitting my 50th episode this week was a big deal, and, and I'm like, it is though, because, as we've said before, there's been a lot of podcasts we've heard of, and they just go away before they get close to 50.
You weren't like, oh, God, I remember being into double digits.
Yeah, right. They're just like, that salty language still exists. Why bother trying?
Yep. And see, that's what I'm saying.
We understand.
We get it.
Yeah.
We get it, people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it is always weird every year when we do, a little bit of the, look back at how long we've been doing this. It's nuts, Also, it's weird because it gives me kind of a timeline of when I really got serious about getting help for my mental health.
Oh, yeah, right.
Because remember, it was just before or just after we started, I think, is when I started therapy.
Oh,
so,
I think it was just after.
Yeah, I think so. It was somewhere right around there, though, so it's pretty crazy for me to look back and go, wow, I've been, going to therapy and going to the doctors for this kind of stuff for 7 years now, which is good because I didn't for, 20 some years,
Yeah, it's probably in your best interest and stuff.
Yeah, right? So, Yep. But, anyway, so, if you've been with us the whole ride, thanks. If you've been with us for, however long otherwise, you got some homework to do.
Boy, do ya.
But also, thank you for listening. But yeah, go back and listen, because, you have to.
You know what I also found out, Brian?
What's that?
Do you know who our podcast shares a birthday with?
No, I didn't.
Our friend Annalise.
Oh, actually, I did know that.
Was a pretty freak.
Yes.
And it's like, huh.
Yes.
Would you look at that?
I wished her a happy birthday on Facebook's and from our Twitter page.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, she's got to feel so honored.
Yeah, obviously. I mean,
that we shed a little light on her as well on her birthday. But I mean, the podcast birthday.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep.
But
I'm sure she feels very special about that.
Yes. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. I mean, I sure hope she wore her salty language shirt on her birthday.
That'd be great. Man. Just be like, you know what you guys can do for my birthday? Go listen to Salty Language. Like, awesome, thanks.
Yeah. Like, I guess.
Right, what is this? I don't...
What?
Yeah.
That's a thing?
Right? These guys sound like assholes.
Yeah.
Correct.
It's because we are.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Now, out of curiosity, you posted a thing on our Instagram on...
Yes.
The day of our podcast birth, calling for folks to, leave us ball washing.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Did you happen to look to see if we got any?
I did not, but I'm going to look right now.
Okay. Because if not, I'm going to be sorely disappointed.
Yeah, same here.
So disappointed.
Like hurt even.
Right.
Hurt.
Exactly.
Now, I've already guessed. No one's left us any reviews.
I love our optimism. It's pretty awesome.
Because that's kind of,
right.
That's kind of the situation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Thanks, iTunes. You're the best. I love it when it's easier to just go through Google than searching through iTunes.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is something. I would have opened iTunes to check, but I've already got various things open here, so.
Yeah, that's fair.
And since I'm the one recording, I probably should, try not to crash that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. I do believe that no one has left us a fresh review.
Sad.
I know. Makes me hurt, man.
So sad.
I know, because I'm not actually logged in iTunes. If I was just Googling Salty Language iTunes, which I just did, I went to our page, you can only read the first 3 reviews that we ever got.
Really?
Now, do I have to go into actual iTunes to do that nonsense?
You probably do.
Which I'm not going to do.
Let's not bother with it then.
Because that's a nightmare for my poor Lappy.
Right.
I'm just glad the Skype's working tonight.
Right. That's why I said I would, but I've already got, 3 programs running right now, so I don't want to risk it, because Audacity gets fickle sometimes when you open other things that play audio. So
Audacity's a silly bitch.
Yeah. Oh, man. So anything else about the 7 years, or
it's just every time it pops up on my phone, because I have it in my calendar, it's the birth of the podcast.
Right. I actually had to look it up. I knew it was getting close, but I couldn't remember what it was.
It's always like, God damn. And then, I had to do the math real quick. I was like, holy shit, 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Our little podcast is like walking and talking. Probably just started learning how to ride its bike.
Yep.
Like without training wheels or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's a bizarre world.
It is. Yeah. It's always weird to me to look back. It was like, we talked about this a little bit before we recorded the Crazy Life's last episode, that show's over 3 years old now.
Right.
And even that's like, man, really? It doesn't feel like we've been doing that show for 3 years either. So it's pretty wacky.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, like I said, thanks to everyone who's listening or listened or whatever and stuff. So,
yeah, fully expect in over 7 years is garbage.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Until we until we get off the audio platform and go straight hologram.
Right. Yeah, we'll still be doing the show when we're in the old folks' home.
Yeah, exactly. To ourselves in the corner.
Yeah.
Like, oh God, there they go again.
Yep.
I don't know what this salty language is, but
yeah, but hey enthusiasts, what's going on? This is Salty Language 9,422, and then you just go, huh?
Yeah,
and that's the whole podcast. You and I just, what? Huh?
Yeah, what?
Yeah. Oh, something I found interesting.
What's that?
Was, because I screen capped, the link to our first episode, from Libsyn, to post on my Instagram page. And when I did, it was weird because it showed a little icon that had a sad face, and I'm like, is it not there anymore? So I clicked on it, and it for some reason didn't load, but when I clicked on it, it did load. Right. And it started playing. It's amazing how the very first thing I say on there essentially is, or the first thing we do is introduce ourselves.
That doesn't happen anymore.
No, I'm Brian, by the way.
Oh, hey, I'm Tony.
Yeah. Yeah.
Formalities and stuff.
Right. It was just funny how, I was like, oh, look at us putting emphasis on introducing ourselves early on.
Emphasis?
And giving all the zero fucks now about it.
Yeah,
so,
pretty much. It's
pretty good.
Yeah, we're actually amazing and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So.
Oh, man.
So,
for those who not to know, what?
Mm-hmm, go ahead.
No, for those who not to know, it's actually Sunday. We typically record on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
But when we were trying to record 2 days ago, my internet was being all kinds of little bitch. I don't know. Someone I'm sure has some insight for me, but I'm about 99% sure whatever Wi-Fi receiver is in my laptop Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's like half wiring, half broccoli stalk or something.
Well, that makes sense, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it just, I mean, I've got good internet, and I was getting a blazing 1.7 megabytes per second, while my phone was in the 100 range.
Yep.
Which doesn't make any sense to me at all.
No, it doesn't. Pretty awesome.
This guy went and got a really long-ass Cat 6 cable, and now I'm hardwired. So, yeah. Fuck you, Skype. And
exactly.
that shitty HP, Toshiba, whatever this is, broccoli stalk receiver.
I was just looking it up on Amazon. That's exactly what it's called.
I knew it.
Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, that was so frustrating.
Well, what was shitty is when, you know, we're doing our basic nonsense of, hey, blah, 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 bullshit. We're humans and we talk to each other. Mm-hmm. And they're like, all right, time to do the show. And it just crash and burn. The speed just plummeted for some reason.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Like, all right, let's start this off.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when you see the videos when they're testing rockets and it goes up like 20 feet and then crashes back down and explodes.
Or if you've ever seen footage of me flying pretty much anything in a video game.
Nice.
Aside from helicopters. I can fly helicopters. Planes, right out.
Helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ugh. All I know is I'm glad we're getting this going. You know, apparently I'm in crystal clear HD, as is Brian on my screen.
Ooh.
It's fucking sexy in this mug.
Man, that might be too much for someone.
Could be.
Probably not, though.
Oh, good googly, though. So, yeah, here we go. We got a show.
Yeah, you're right, we do.
The end.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Oh.
Happy birthday. This is our birthday gift to you. Short show.
Yeah. It's a birthday gift to ourselves. We out.
Nice.
Yeah.
We out. Oh, man.
Yeah.
How was your week, though, man?
Interesting.
Yeah,
I've, early in the week I had to go have an MRI done.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, I got there, you know, waited a little while, finally get back there, you know, they get me up onto the table for the machine and, you know, give me the earplugs because, you know, I'm going to get to listen to all my favorites of the 90s and,
for sure. Some slow jams.
Right. Naturally. You know it. I was like, please put some Tevin Campbell in there for me. But anyway, so we, you know, they lay me down and I'm like, okay, this is no big deal, you know, and then they're like, oh, we have to put this hunk of plastic over your face, basically, to where there were holes in it to where you could see out, but it was kind of, it was sort of like a football mask, except way thicker. And,
really?
Yeah, and I'm like, this is uncomfortable. I'm going to have to lay here for an hour with this thing on my face. This is going to be a blast.
Hannibal Lecter lines?
I should have, but no. I'm sure they've never heard that before.
Oh, I'm sure they never have.
Oh, man. So, you know, the woman's like, okay, well, we're going to, you know, slide into the machine. I'm going to, you know, you'll be able to hear me through the earphones, blah, blah. I'm like, cool. You know, like, I know all this anyway because I've had MRIs on my knees before. And they, you know, I got to listen to music while they did that because, you know, it still takes a while. You know,
the worst thing ever?
Huh?
If you had to listen to music.
Oh, God.
This is torture!
Yeah, I'd be like, turn it off!
I'll talk!
So they start sliding me back into the machine, and I'm like, wow, this tube is really small. Because, you know, I'm a larger feller, so I'm like, honestly, as I'm going back into this thing, I'm looking at the walls of this going, I hope I don't get stuck. Like,
that would suck.
Like, I had my arms, like, like this, essentially. I'm showing Tony. You guys can't see at home, but I had my arms kind of crossed on my chest, basically.
Like you're an Egyptian sarcophagus.
Yes. And my elbows were fairly close to the walls.
Right.
And I'm like, So yeah, we no more getting signed. She's like, okay, well, we're going to start it up. And I'm like, take me out. Dude, I went into a full-on panic attack. As soon as I got in the thing, it's completely closed. You know, it's bright white, so it's not like it's, you know, but with that mask over my face and then seeing the other, dude, I felt like, picture the idea of having to lay somewhere for an hour with someone's hand about an inch from your face.
Yeah, that would just not only be annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
wow.
I've known for a long time that I've had mild claustrophobia over the years at times. Generally, the way it shows for me is like, you've seen it when we've been in a really crowded space.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I need open space now, kind of a thing. That's what happened, except I went to sit up after they took me out of the machine, and I went to get up, and the woman's like, you should just sit here for a minute. She's like, you don't look good.
Like, hold on, I'm in full-blown Hulk rage.
Yeah, right?
Start tearing the place apart.
Right? Yeah, unfortunately, they didn't start the thing, so I didn't get any crazy magnet powers, but...
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Right? I get up, Magneto. Like, sweet.
They call me MRI. What? That's a terrible name.
Yeah, that's my power. I can just give people readings inside their bodies.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I guess it could be good. You know.
But it takes an hour.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And I have to put my hand right in front of their face.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck.
Just lay here for an hour. What?
Yeah, I just make that noise.
Yeah. Jesus.
So, yeah, so I walked back out to the waiting room and my mom was there and she's like, well, what happened? And I was like, yeah, I'm right into a panic attack. And she was like, well, maybe we should sit here for a little bit because you don't look very good. I'm like...
Man, everyone keeps telling me.
I know, right? I'm like, Jesus. So...
I even put on my makeup.
I know, right? I wore my nicest...
My eyelash wings.
Right? I had my nicest gown on.
I know, right? Got to get your hair all did up.
Mm-hmm. Although, you know, here's something funny, though, is when I went back, you know, the woman... You know how you can't have anything metal on you inside the machine, so I had to take my Guns N' Roses shirt. No, I'm kidding.
Naturally.
No, stop.
You better confiscate this iPod.
Yeah. I was making the sign of the beast. She's like, that can't happen.
Nope.
Nope, nothing metal. Anyway, so I had to take my shorts.
Dio never got an MRI.
No, never. Mm-mm.
Just way too metal.
Yeah, way too metal. I had to take my shorts off because, you know, zipper. And, she's like, you know, here's some scrub pants to put on. I'm like, cool, you know, I mean, I was just going to walk around in my drawers, but whatever, you know. So, dude, I could have put these things on. Dude, you, me, and maybe a third person could have fit in these things. They were fucking huge.
This sounds like a Little Rascal situation.
Right? And again, I'm a large man, you know. Yeah, you, me, and the one tech that was working definitely could have fit in those pants.
Were they marked one size fits all?
I think they were just marked tent, but... Shit. Yeah, it was... I had to tie them like 3 times so they would stay up, you know?
Holy shit.
Yeah. I was laughing as I was putting these on. I didn't have my phone in the room with me, so I couldn't get a picture of them. Otherwise, I would have taken a picture of these comically large pants. All I needed was like
wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah, right. Whoopsies. Like, sir, we said you could have kept your underpants on.
Jesus.
What? You said to get comfortable.
Look, guys, I'm a suntan lotion.
Oh, dude, I was just laughing, and I walked out, and I was like, I looked at the woman, and I'm like, these pants are a little big, and she goes, yeah, she's like, we kind of only have like 2 sizes in that room. They basically have like tiny people and gigantic, apparently.
Wow, no happy medium.
No, if you're a medium, you're in trouble, you know, you're gonna have to cinch them off.
This pant leg.
Yeah, right? Honestly, at that point, I mean, I was considering, because they were big enough that they were kind of, and they were too long, too, you know? So, I was tempted to just be like, can I just, like, can you know, like, look, I'm wearing underpants, there's no holes in them, I checked this morning, you know, can we just do this? We're all professionals here, you know?
Right.
Anyway.
Like, good choice on the extra large scrubs. How else am I going to fit I can't even talk. My monster dong in the...
Right? That would have been funny. I'm just like stuffing more scrubs into the scrubs so they fit. Shit.
that would be fun.
And it becomes like my pants become like a clown car, you know? or a nesting doll, you know, I just keep, yeah. Oh man, so yeah, it took a while for me to full on relax after that though. Like I'm talking like hours before I was fully really relaxed. That was something. You know, and the woman was like, okay, well, we're going to give you the address for, you know, a place that does the open MRI deals. And she's like, you know, make sure they give you like call your doctor and make sure they give you like a Xanax or Ativan or something like that you can take beforehand, you know? And I'm like, okay, you know, so I've never really paid attention to what the open MRI things look like. So, you know, when I got home, I jumped on the internet and I started looking at them and I'm like, this is not going to fix the problem. My problem was that there's stuff in front of my face. And from what I see and read about the open MRIs, it's closer to your face. And
I mean, I assume that things are so you don't move your head too much so they can get a clean reading or whatever.
I guess whatever it is, it helps them get better readings than they used to get. I don't know exactly. It probably just intensifies the magnets and fries your brain. But, you know, whatever.
There is that, but, you know.
Yeah, you come out and basically you're a can of chicken noodle soup with legs, you know. And so, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to call my doctor and talk to him because, you know, I saw there's an option that you could be put under, you know, to have it done. But from what I've read, insurance companies are not a big fan because then they have to pay an anesthesiologist and whatnot. So they always want you to go the like Xanax route first, and I don't think Xanax is going to help me. I didn't take one before I went to this, but I took one before I went to a dental appointment one time, and it barely did anything for me. It helped, right, but it didn't full on take the edge off, and this was way worse. So I'd probably have to up the amount, and I'm not going to. I'm just saying I would almost probably have to take 2 or 3. You know, so that isn't going to work for me.
Now, have you tried maybe a 4-pack of, like, Bourbon Barrel Scotch Karate?
That's a good plan right there. Like, yeah. You guys don't care if I'm drunk, right? Like, hey, as long as you got a driver home.
Just keep the bottle caps out of the room.
Right. No problem. No cans. Yeah.
Yeah, oh boy.
Ooh. So, yeah, I don't know where that's going to go. But I got to call the doctor tomorrow and talk to him about it, because just the thought of laying back into one of those machines, I start getting a tightness in my chest. So
that sucks.
Yeah, and it's like if I get that before I'm even in the room,
right.
Like, yeah. And I know it's very common. This is a really common thing for people to be super claustrophobic. Like the woman even told me, she's like, we have people who are like, I've never been claustrophobic, but they couldn't handle, you know. And I was like, well, I bet, because you got to be in there for like 45 minutes or so.
Yeah, right.
You know, even if you're not claustrophobic, like I had said, you know, it's like put someone's hand in front of your face for 45 minutes and see how long that takes you to get, you know, annoyed or freaked out by it. You know?
Yeah, I mean, after a while, it's just going to be like, oh, God.
Yeah, and if you...
still in this fucking tube.
Exactly, and if you start moving around, they have to start over.
Right.
You know, so it's not, you know, it's like, so then you're going to be in there longer, you know? So, yeah, that was a good time, though.
Yeah, sounds amazing.
Yeah, right? What a blast. Yay.
Multiple blessings.
I saw a thing online that I wish, well, I guess it doesn't work as well for the brain, but they now have, like, open MRIs that you can stand in.
Right.
And the thing just basically scans. You know how they do like those scans for like action figures where they sit in the chair and it just scans around your head? I think it basically kind of, they have a thing on either side and it kind of just goes back and forth, and you know, I was like, that I could handle, because in between those I'm getting to see open space. You know? But from what I've read, that doesn't work as well on on brains. Plus, they're really new, so there's no way the insurance is going to pay for that.
It can't possibly be designed for your dome anyway.
Right? I mean, listen, I was as surprised as anybody I fit in the thing, you know.
They're pulling you out, it's like a cord.
I basically look like one of the guys in, Spaceballs. You know how they have those big round helmets on?
Yes.
Yeah, that's just me in the MRI machine.
Wow, well that's a bummer because, I know your doctor's like, hey, son of a bitch, how come this hasn't been done yet?
Yeah, and I was kind of excited to have that done because, I want him to be able to do his job to the best of his ability, I want him to have all the information he can have.
Yeah, exactly, right?
But I don't know, we'll see. If my insurance will pay for, like, me being put under, I don't drive, so I'm gonna have a driver anyway. So,
right.
That's no big deal. I'd totally be okay for that, but I need them to essentially guarantee they give me enough shit to keep me under.
Yeah.
I don't want to wake up with like 10 minutes left or 5 minutes left and start freaking out.
I mean, just because I'm a friend, I have lots of heavy blunt objects in my garage.
Well then.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'll tell you, it was, yeah. So yeah, if anyone listening is going to have an MRI, if you're a little claustrophobic, you might want to go talk to your doctor about that first.
What if you're a lot claustrophobic?
Yeah, I would imagine these are not for you. Although, my doctor asked me when he's like, well, we're going to schedule for an MRI, and he's like, are you claustrophobic? He was like his follow-up to that. And I was just like a little, and he was like, okay, well, you should be, he's like, we'll see. And it's, cause they don't know,
Yeah.
Maybe I get in there and I'm just like in a dentist office, I'm super nervous before I go, even though I know everything will be fine when I'm in there. I've been through a lot already. So, and once I'm in the chair, I'm good. I'm like, whatever, get it the fuck done. Remember I told you when, the stuff was wearing off of my tooth and it hurt like a bitch, but I was like, get her done.
Yeah. Well, let's do it.
Let's finish this.
It's D-Day. I'm on the beaches.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But with this, I couldn't push through it. That was what I was gonna try at first. And I was like, dude, you have to push through this for all this time.
Right.
This isn't gonna, I'm not gonna feel better because essentially, like you had said, it's waiting. And waiting makes me super anxious, so the longer I'm in there, the more anxious I'm probably gonna get. It's just a bad scene. So
you could have started listening to our backlogs.
I could have. That's what I should have done. Yeah. Be like, do you have that excellent podcast, Salty Language? I've heard so much about it.
We had to ban it from our office. Way too much laughter.
Right.
Fucks up the MRI.
Good thing you can have wood in here, am I right?
Hey, hi-oh.
Hey-oh. Well, some can. I mean, in the MRI, maybe not. You don't want to scrape.
What's going to happen with this titanium rod I got going on? Oh,
dude, they did ask. When they were going through all the different shit, they're like penile implants. I mean, it's in the list of things they asked.
Penile? I mean, I guess I'd be like, nah, I'm good. You forget something, and then your dick goes flying across the room or something.
Yeah, that would not be good, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look like one of those, remember you used to have those, tennis balls with flags attached to them? You throw them?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, pretty
flying
much.
Across the room.
Oh, that'd be awful.
That'd be terrible.
Son of a bitch.
I mean, I'm just assuming, I'm just going worst case scenario.
Yeah, this is the worst MRI ever.
The fuck? No, Siri, you cunt. I didn't think I was supposed to do that once it was plugged in.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. Means they're listening to us.
Yeah.
Just wait for the show to drop.
They're anxious. They can't wait. Siri wants to hear it.
Yeah, jeez. Yeah, I have that, I had my hernia surgery. I've got a mesh. Mm-hmm. To keep my insides out of my ball sack.
Right, to keep your insides inside.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. You are not welcome in this room.
Right.
There's already 2 occupants here.
Right? You don't want them to have to, remove somebody from the party.
Get out of here, you silly intestine.
Right.
But I honestly, I would assume it's not metal. I don't know.
I have no clue.
I mean, I guess some medical records exist, right?
Yeah, and that's why I said, like, they ask you. They had a pretty extensive list of, do you have any of these things? If so, then I don't know. I don't know what happens. I don't know if they just go, oh, you can't have it, or if they make adjustments to the machine. I don't know, because I've never bothered to look into that. All I know is, like, forever, there's always been, like, you know, because I told them, I said, the only metal that I know I have implanted in me is some of my fillings, maybe.
Right.
And they were like, oh, those are fine. So I don't know why fillings are okay, but...
Maybe, I guess non-magnetic, whatever. You know.
Yeah, or low enough metal content, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So anyway, yeah, I'll keep everybody updated on how that goes.
Yeah, fair enough, man.
Although I just got a feeling I'm going to be like, yeah, MRI's not happening.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
On the upside, not to that, but just in general, I was able to finally get the Red Hood pop that I couldn't get from GameStop's website.
Instagram, sir.
Yeah. Came through at local GameStop. You know, I think I said that last week. Like, dude called another store for me, and they got him in. Thing was in pretty good shape and everything, so I was much happy about that.
Nice.
Yeah. And I thought that I wasn't going to get the Ron Swanson with cornrows from Hot Topic because for some reason the order just hadn't been processed.
Right.
Like, there was money held in my PayPal account, but there was no, like, hey, your order is being processed or anything that came through. Then yesterday, I get an email that's like, your order's on the way. And I'm like, huh? I look, I'm like, oh, cool. And then, like, an hour later, it's like, your order's here. So, apparently, they just didn't scan it again until it was basically at the store, essentially.
That's bizarre.
Yeah. But, but that's, you know, I'll be getting that, too. So.
Especially Ron Swanson of cornrows, I mean, he deserves
Shut up and take my money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for sure.
Yeah, that was the pop that I wanted the most from the San Diego Con ones. And,
right.
So I'm glad I'm able to get that, because the stores have been sold out. Like, my brother keeps checking, and actually he emailed me today and was like, hey, he's like, they actually had one in today. You know, so I don't know if maybe they sent mine in another one to the store or something, but, you know, whatever. So.
Whatever.
Yeah.
All matters, you got yours.
That's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, let's see, I know I had some, oh yeah, last night I'm sitting here at the computer, just minding my business, playing some, wrestling, I forgot what it's called now, the Match 3 wrestling game that I play.
Oh, right.
On the old computer, listening to a podcast, and then everything goes black. 'Cause our power went out.
Oh, wow.
And
that's a problem.
There was no storms, nothing, just power's out. And I was like, okay. Well, actually, I shouldn't say everything went black. The laptop did not, because I had a battery charged on it. So, but obviously, I was no longer playing my game because you have to be connected to the internet, and that doesn't so much happen when the power goes out.
What? Any idea why?
No, actually, I don't know I'm sure other companies and stuff do this too. We're through Consumers Energy up here. Right. And, you can actually type in on their site, they have an outage map, which is, I figured you were. And, and it's pretty cool because if you tap on it, it'll pull up like a thing and it'll tell you like the estimated time, for repair.
Yeah. And,
this was at like 11:30 last night and it said 2:00 a.m. and I'm like, well, that sucks, but okay, I was like, I had a good charge on my iPad. I had a bunch of comics on it. So I was like, I'll just sit here and read for a while. No big deal. And I can still use my phone because, I just use the data from it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, and if the phone dies, I can charge it in and, and go out to the car and charge it. So,
if it dies, it dies.
Yeah. So I was like, no big deal. And that's what I did. I just sat here and just read a bunch of funny books and then I looked again and it was about 2:20 and I was like, So I look again, or no, it said 2:30. That's what it was. It was 20 to 3 when I looked. And then it said, like, 4 o'clock. And I'm like, okay. Like, well, I guess I'm just going to go lay in bed and, you know, keep reading until I'm tired, basically, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
Not much else I can do, you know? Talked to a couple people on Twitter, but I didn't want to be on the phone a lot because
phone battery?
Right. Well, also, I don't want to eat up data, you know, so I wasn't on Instagram or anything like that. You know, I shut everything down. I was on Twitter, was the only thing I was on. But even that, I was like, man, people keep posting GIFs and stuff, you know, so I gotta be careful because all that stuff just pulls, you know.
Oh, yeah, for sure, right?
And now, like today, I put the Verizon app on my phone so that I can check my data at any time. I didn't have it on there before. Well, I did, but I took it off there. Anyway. So, you know, around 4:30, I'm like, wow, the power's still not on. I checked the thing again on the page, and it says 7. And I'm like, okay, fuck it. I just need to go to bed, you know? Not that I needed to stay up, but it was just like, you know, if it was going to come back on in like 20 minutes or something, I was hungry. And we didn't really have anything to eat.
Right.
That you didn't have to cook, you know?
Yeah, so, well, yeah, that's unfortunate all the time at our house.
Right, so I grabbed...
Good and bad.
I grabbed an apple and some crackers, and, you know, that was my my dinner snack, whatever.
Did you make little apple cracker sandwiches?
No, I didn't.
You son of a bitch.
I would have gotten some cheese, too, because we did, but it's like, you know, you don't want to open the refrigerator.
Yeah, you want to keep the fridge closed up. And
especially because they keep pushing the time back. I don't know when we're going to get our power, you know?
Oh, God. You know, power outages, honestly, that's the shit that gives me anxiety. Mm-hmm. Because every time it happens here, inevitably our basement floods.
Oh,
it's always during a massive storm.
I full on understand that, yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that shit fucks my brain, dog.
Dude, I still get anxiety from it. For that exact reason, even though I don't have that issue here. Yeah, I still, as soon as the power goes out, I start getting anxious. And, you know, I'm glad it happened overnight, though, because at least it wasn't super hot. You know, it was humid, but it wasn't hot. So it was nice in the house for the most part, you know, because you don't have the sun baking on it. But then, this morning it started getting warm. Like, I'm laying in bed and I'm starting to sweat. And I was like, man, I may have to go take a cold shower to, you know, cool off here for a little bit.
Make you sweat till you bleed. Sorry.
But it came back on around, what was it, 12:30, 1 o'clock, somewhere like that today.
And still no idea why, huh?
No, I kept checking the page and it never said why. It looked like it affected about 150 people. So basically who it affected is people that lived in this park.
Yeah, of course, right?
So I don't know. But the people across the street from us had power.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Like literally right across the street.
Ran an extension cord.
Yeah, you're right, I should have. They wouldn't have noticed. They were sleeping.
Perfect. Even better. Perfect crime.
Because the first thing we did was check the breaker, you know, because we saw lights on across the street. So we were like, oh, maybe we popped a breaker, you know?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So we go check that, and no, it wasn't that. And I was like, damn it, because I was really hoping it was, because, you know, you just throw the breaker and you're back in business.
That's easy fix.
Yeah, so, nope. So,
I don't know. A bummer.
It happens, though. You know how it is. Like, sometimes a car will hit a transformer somewhere. And, you know.
Some idiot somewhere does something stupid.
Yeah, exactly. And those tend to happen at that time of night, 2 a.m, shit like that, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Some asshole coming home from the bar or something.
Yes. Ruin it for everybody, because he had to have a good time.
Right? Oh, man. That's why I said, fortunately, you know, we were fine. It wasn't like we were in any danger. We were okay. It was cool enough in here, so, you know, it wasn't like oppressively hot or something, you know, so.
Right.
Yeah, just inconvenience.
Still irritating, though.
Oh, seriously. I went to bed with the power out, which was so weird for me because I sleep with a fan on me.
Oh, so, yay.
So, first of all, I didn't have the fan blowing that breeze around, but also the noise.
Breeze. Right.
And again, I couldn't keep my phone charged, so I wasn't going to put like a white noise thing on or something, you know?
Right.
That was so weird for me. Like, honestly, after a while, that was starting to bother me. The absolute quiet was really starting to get to me. Yeah.
That's pretty wild, actually.
Yeah. I mean, again, I I was thinking about using like the last of my laptop's juice basically to just play music for a little while or something, just to break the quiet, you know?
Just a YouTube video of a fan. Like, well, it's close.
Like, I don't even feel it. So, yeah, so
that's bizarre, man.
That's basically my week. There's probably other stuff, but I can't remember. So, how about you?
It's been a festive week so far.
Yeah.
I did the thing that I've been trying to avoid doing, honestly. I bit the bullet and upgraded my iPhone.
I saw that, and the only reason I know it is because you logged into one of our accounts, and an email sent to our Gmail account that it was like, someone in this vicinity on an iPhone 8 or whatever, and I was like,
vicinity.
Yeah, I was like, Tony must have got a new phone.
Dude. Well, I mean, you know, it was the last episode. I was bitching about how my new battery was dying.
Yeah.
Randomly.
Right.
Well, last weekend, I was over at the in-laws' house, and I wasn't even doing anything, like, crazy on my phone. Like, I wasn't, you know, shooting video, nothing. I was just perusing, like, Google.
Porn, right, I get it.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. And I was at, like, 47%, it just died.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
like,
no good.
Huh.
Wow.
And plus, my screen was separating.
Yeah.
In the one corner from the body, and I was like, ah. And Jeannie's like, we'll just, you know, we're just going to go to the Apple store. Because, you know, you put down, like, upfront payment, like, I think your first month and something else, and then it's a monthly charge on my credit card.
Right.
And it's just like, it's something I didn't want to do, because, you know, skin flint, for sure.
Right.
But, I mean, I'm glad I did, because it's nice having a phone that doesn't, I mean, I barely, you know how it is when you get a fresh battery and a new phone.
Yeah.
Like, I wake up in the morning and I go all day, and at night it's like, it's time to charge this.
Yeah, exactly. The way it should be.
The way it should be. It shouldn't be, you know,
check
geez,
your...
It's 10 o'clock, I better charge it.
Yeah, I was going to say, you check your notifications and go, shit, I got to charge my phone again.
Yeah, exactly, right?
I'm at 60%, better charge it.
Better charge it. So, yeah, I got that going for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. And honestly, I was kind of surprised because they gave me $100 for my fucked up phone.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because normally we would hang on to them, but that thing was in such bad shape. I'm just like, I'll just, you know, they're like, oh, you want to trade it now? And I'm like, no, because I haven't backed up my iPhone in months.
Yeah.
So let me, you know, and they're like, that's fine. Just get it to us in the next, like, 15 days. Like,
yeah, okay, sure.
Easy. So, you know, came home, you know, did the old switcheroo, all that stuff, got the new phone running, and then went back the next day, and they looked at it and checked all the information. Like, $100, sign here. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and they just put it on my credit card that's paying.
Right.
You know, it's the bill anyway.
Right. Yeah, you're like, they're like $100. You're like, cool, I was just gonna, you know, use it as a coaster or something, so.
Yeah, I felt like a total thief almost. You know?
Right.
Yeah,
I just picture on the back of it where it says, would you have a 6S? Or a Plus, I mean?
I had a 6.
Oh, you just had a 6 Plus, yeah, okay.
6 Plus. I didn't have the, like, SE or
right.
bells and whistles.
I just pictured
6 Plus.
I just pictured you like crossing the 6 out or like markering a 7 over it.
So funny.
You're like, totally, this is a 7. Be like, I see that. Yeah, it's
for sure 7.
Or you use your keys to try to scratch it in there, like it's.
Look, it's embossed.
Yeah. Oh well, in that case.
Well, geez, Mr. Fancy Man.
$102.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I mean, man, that's At least
I was actually surprised that they gave me that much.
Yeah, I would be too.
Yeah.
Wow.
But so I did that because it just. I mean, I've had that phone, my old one, for a long time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hang on to phones, you know, like way too long.
Yeah,
you know,
I understand.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, who wants? I mean, you know, who wants to pay for another damn phone? You know.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
So whatever, I did that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's weird because you know, the whole moving situation. Mm-hmm. We're still moving. We pushed our timeline back like a year. because it was too intense of a timeline to try to do.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, but it's weird because next week is my last week of work.
Yeah.
Which is bizarre because I've been there 14 years.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be very strange the following Monday when I can just, like, sip coffee on my couch and, you know, scratch my scrotum and stuff.
Right. Versus doing that in your truck. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know how hard it is to, you know, pull the scrotum out to scratch it while you're driving?
Right.
It's insane, Brian.
At home,
I don't even have tinted windows.
Yeah. You prefer not having tinted windows.
I don't know. That's why I like my doors off.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Just hang scrotum to the side, let it flap in the breeze.
Exactly.
Oh, God. Like a fucking windsock.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. Like, oh, there's that Jeep Wave.
Yeah, I'll wait a minute.
Oh, man. You know, really quick.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Jeep Wave, we've been noticing that when, like, I'm with my mom, she has a Kia, right? We've been noticing that people who have similar cars to hers are doing that.
The Wave?
They're doing a Wave. Yeah, and I'm like,
really?
Like, what are you doing? Like, no. Like, I hate that Jeep people do it. Like, definitely Kia people shouldn't be doing it.
You know, I don't mind the Jeep Wave, but I get angry when they don't wave back. If I take the time to lift my hand up off my steering wheel.
Scrotum, yeah.
You better fucking respect the Wave.
Yeah.
And the scrotum.
Mm-hmm. Respect the scrotum. Wow, there's Tony's new t-shirt.
That's amazing, by the way.
Yeah. That sounds like a t-shirt for, oh fuck, what are they called? The Meninists or whatever they're called. You know, the guys who are all for men's rights.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. It sounds like a t-shirt they would use.
Yeah, for sure.
And speaking of, if anyone listens and uses that shirt, we better get a cut of the royalties.
Yeah, or we're gonna kick you in the scrotum.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a weird feeling. I mean, you know, I told you, like, before we, lost all the internet on Friday, I mean, you know, and I'm just gonna take some time and work on the house. I got so much stuff I need to do around here, and I'm just gonna be unemployed for a while. It's gonna be strange.
Going on a vision quest, you know?
Basically, that's kind of what it feels like.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you know, it's obviously we're losing some income, but
yeah,
I mean, we've definitely been way poorer in the past.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, it's not bad.
Yeah.
And, you know, obviously I'll be doing some shit on the side.
Well, not to mention, there is...
Sling a dick and stuff.
Right. As one does, yeah.
One does.
There's definitely something to be said for recharging the battery.
Yeah, it's, I mean...
Yeah.
You know, it's, it was one of those things when we decided that we weren't going to move immediately. I was like, fuck, I still got like a week and a half of work now. I could just stay on board.
Yeah.
And then I went to work, and 5 minutes in, I was ready to strangle somebody. And I'm like, I gotta get away. This place is killing me.
Yeah, I was gonna say 5 minutes in, you're like, why am I staying another week and a half?
Yeah. It's like you walk in from the grassy, beautiful plains, and then you're punching a ticket in fucking Mordor. You know?
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. I was like, no, and I love my coworker, you know, my partner in crime there, and there's a couple other people I enjoy, but yeah, I'm gonna be in town, but I'm not gonna be there.
Right. Yeah, I hear you. That's,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I do. Yeah, yeah. That's kind of where I got to be with the video store. Like, once I knew we were opening the shop, you know, and I'd put my time, like, hey, 2 weeks from now, out the door, you know. And when I first went in and stuff, you know, I was like, you know, at one point I was like, well, we're not going to open the comic shop for a little bit. Maybe I should, you know, just go to part-time and work a few. And then, like, you know, the more I went in that last 2 weeks, I'm like, no, I'm making the right decision. I need to get the hell out of this place before I burn the place down.
Yes.
So
I understand.
Yeah. And just, even though we just did, the shop was its own set of stressors, there was just something about that, not having that other thing that just really, like I was saying, kind of just recharged, the batteries.
Yeah, I think that's going to be, I think that's what I need too. Cause I mean, dude, most days out of the week I'd come home feeling like I got ran over by a truck, both physically and mentally.
Right.
And it's like, this is just...
And not the truck though, right?
Not the truck.
Okay,
If it was the truck,
I was going to say
I wouldn't be working there at Millionaire Magic Cards. I'd have that sick-ass ring. All that thing. Yeah. No, but so it's like, it freaks me out because I'm so used to getting up, clocking in, doing my shit, coming home.
Yeah.
Because I do, I know my wife knows this, she's listening, it's going, yes, I know, honey. I always think about the bottom line, like money, money. But I'm trying to turn it off like a light switch.
Mm-hmm. It is really difficult because I did the same thing for a long, long time. Like, that was all I ever was thinking about was, like, even if I had a little bit, as I need more, money. Cause, like, for me, I know what it is it, when I was a kid, we, it's not, we weren't poor, like, we weren't dirt poor, that, you were at my house plenty, but at the same time, it's like, it was tight almost all the time, you know? Money was real thin a lot of the time. So I learned at a very young age that, how to work for my own money and, make purses and wallets. No, I'm kidding. But you know what I mean? Like,
excellent handy.
Right. That only got worse with age. But I
lose that supple young flesh.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
But, like I, from doing flea markets and different stuff and then, working kind of as soon as I could get a job, basically, it was, I have a good appreciation for how many hours you have to work to buy a pair of shoes or a new video game system or all that stuff, so it's, for me, that's what it was. It took a long time for me to turn that switch off that there's things that are more important,
Yeah, that's where I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm trying to activate that stuff in my brain.
It's not easy. Yeah, it's because we're all kind of conditioned to be that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, and with since high school, with the exception of the shop because that was working for ourselves. Yeah, and that was good. Mm-hmm. And the 6 months I lived in your basement, we drank beer and played No Mercy.
It's a pretty good 6 months, but really
6 months.
Really terrible for us otherwise.
But, I'm damn near 40 now, and in that, I've worked the whole time,
Yeah, yeah.
And it's never been for anything besides the shop, anything I wanted to do.
Right.
It's always, I need a job.
Here's what's available. Yeah, exactly.
It's grinding. Mm-hmm. And that's what Jeannie was like. She's like, you worked so I could go to school, and now I can kind of repay that, because, her schooling's paying off for her now. Now I could figure out what the fuck I might want to do.
Right.
That isn't work for someone else in theory. I mean, that's always an option, I guess.
Well, there goes Gigolo. Yeah.
Yes, well, I didn't say working it for someone else.
Fair enough.
Well, yeah, so it's terrifying, but it's also kind of like thrilling.
Yeah. I was just going to say, it's the good kind of scary, though.
Yeah. That was the whole thing with the move. It's like, it's fucking... terrifying, but I'm still going to charge headfirst at this dragon.
Well, and you do, even though you don't have a net, but you do kind of, because you've got enough work years on a resume that you should be able to find another job. I would think.
I'm not. That.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it is, even though it's risky and everything, there is that fallback if you want to go back. I mean, not that it's a guarantee, but it's
right.
It does help a little bit at least. Not like somebody walking out of prison with, no skills whatsoever or something, and you're like, all right.
It says in skill set, shanking.
And turlet wine.
Yes.
And I'm quoting turlet. That's how you spelled it.
It says turtle wine.
Like, that was my name brand.
Yes.
Turlet brand, turlet wine.
That is hilarious.
If it ain't Turlet, I don't know. I got nothing from there.
See, that needs to be a name of a beer. Turlet wine.
Well, to me, that would be pretty much barley wine, but anyway.
That's what I was thinking. Like, I've only had one barley wine I've liked.
Yeah.
It was like a cherry one. It was delicious.
A cherry wine, you say? Were you dancing party all night?
Damn right.
Sorry.
Anyway. Well, I guess, so that I got that going on.
Yeah.
So we'll go get the update next Friday when I'm officially done working.
Yeah, that'll be interesting too.
Speaking of next Friday, there's going to be post-work beers. We'll talk more after the show.
Fair enough. Yeah, it'll be interesting to record next week though, because it will be,
that's the end.
Yeah. True, you'll be like, yeah exactly.
And I'm there's very few people that I will spend time with outside of work that I work with.
Yeah.
And I'm fully expecting on that Friday all these super fake plastic people I work with to be like, hey, we're going here, and I'll be like, I already got plans.
Yeah.
Because I do.
Yeah. Cool, I'll see you there. And you go anywhere else. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Tire squealing in the opposite direction.
Yep. You do a UE just so you can splash them with a puddle.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oopsies.
Whoops-a-daisy. But I guess speaking of beers, since I'll segue into our little Thursday night we had.
Yeah.
The wife and I, we went out with the Jisk and the Risk, and his best friend from Spokane, Washington, actually, shout out Garrett.
Woo!
He was in town, and so they're like, hey, we're going to go brewery hopping and all that stuff. And it happened to be the release of Maumee Bay's Algae Bloom.
Oh, yeah, right. I saw they were bringing that back this year.
Yeah. So we're like, well, let's go to Maumee Bay, which, obviously we're old hands there.
Right.
Haven't been in a while, though.
Yeah. Really quick, for anyone who doesn't know, the beer Tony's referring to is like a greenish color or so.
It looks like... It's like a light green, almost like a lighter version of like Ecto Cooler, if you remember that.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's essentially to make light of the fact that the Lake Erie water has got this algal bloom all over it, and it's this bright green thing that you can see from space. It's pretty awesome.
And like proceeds from the sales of the beer go to Clean Water Initiative, which is good.
Yeah.
But it's a kiwi matcha sour double IPA.
That is such a weird combination. Does it work though?
And it was good. It wasn't as fruity as I thought it was going to be. Like I was expecting more sweet because it's not. Yeah. But it was good. But dude, Maumee Bay. First off, besides Vesti Boy, no familiar faces at all. No one.
Oh wow.
I was like, that kind of stabbed me in the heart.
Yeah.
Second, our local baseball team, the Mud Hens, Toledo's own.
World famous Toledo Mud Hens.
Famous Toledo Mud Hens, yes.
Yeah.
They were playing, and all the Jehovah's Witnesses are downtown because they're having their big 2-week convention they do in Toledo.
Oh, wow. That's an interesting pairing.
Yeah, so because apparently Jehovah's Witnesses drink. Didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that either. They don't
celebrate holidays, but they tip back beers.
Because I remember we were down there once before. At the same time as that convention, because we saw a lot of people walking around with like name badges and stuff. Yeah.
Dude, the brewery was packed.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Like we had a hard time parking. We walk in 45 minutes for a table. I went, holy shit! And then to give you the little buzzer.
Yeah.
First question, is this buzzer work anywhere in the building? Yes.
That was the first thing I thought when you said they gave me the buzzer. I was like, wonder if it'll work at Mutt's.
Yeah, so that's what I asked. I'm like, let's work in Mutt's? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, all right. So we went downstairs.
Right.
Dude, Mutt's was dead.
That's funny.
I know. And
it's weird because you can get food in Mutt's, too. You can get like a limited fare from upstairs.
Yeah, exactly. So we ordered our beers. We wait. Well, there was a stool. The guy next to Jeannie was cashing out, so he moved and I sat down. Yeah. And they were busy, but they weren't there weren't people standing around waiting for tables. There was open seating.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So we sit down, we get our beers. As soon as our beers show up, the buzzer goes off. It was probably 20 minutes. We're like, God damn it,
Yeah.
And so Jeannie's like, well, I'm going to go get our table. Can you cash out, bring me my beer? No problem. She takes off. As soon as she takes off, in walks the rest of the party. And I'm like, oh, hey, guys, I'm just trying to cash out. Our table's ready. And everybody's like, this looks fine. We can just eat down here. I'm like, no, you don't. We have a table.
Yeah, we don't have to wait. It's ready to go. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, whatever. We went upstairs, sat in the eating side, not in the bar side.
Yeah.
Which, made me to tell everybody the story of when we sat on that side one time and horrified everyone around us.
Yeah.
Because it was Growler Thursdays.
Right.
Yeah. But no, we had the algae bloom. They had, do you remember Dreamin' Demon?
Yes.
Like they're Belgian. Mm-hmm. They had, that was their hidden tap, which you have to ask about.
Okay.
That was bourbon barrel aged.
Ooh, okay.
And it was delicious.
Yeah, I bet it was.
But yeah, so, we had food. Dude, they've really stepped up their food, too. The prices have gone up a little bit.
Again? Yikes.
Yeah.
Oof.
I know, but the food, like, the Risk and Jeannie, they split a lamb shank. I had a bite. Fucking amazing.
I don't even remember.
Sandwich.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't even remember lamb shank on the menu last time I was there.
It was not. They've upped their game food-wise.
It's smart, though, because, other breweries. Yeah, I was going to say there's other breweries with good food, so yeah.
Yeah. So it was good. I enjoyed ourselves. But as we're as we're wrapping up dinner, we're like, we're going home via 23 North, going local. Mm-hmm. And we're like, we should go to Inside the Five, which is that new brewery in Sylvania, which Jeannie and I love. It's like, we'll go there, have an hour pint, get dessert, because they got chocolate salty balls, and they're delicious.
Fair enough, yeah.
So, yeah, that was our next stop, Inside the Five. It was fairly busy in there. Mm-hmm. And you're a fan of the Juicy IPA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude. They have one called Devil Wears a Hoodie.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Oh, I saw your picture of it, and I was like, what a weird name.
It's so good. So, yeah, we had some more. Jeannie got a flight. I had one of those. They have a peanut caramel stout right now, too. It's amazing. And we got it. Yeah. That was a nice little night of drinking.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Nice night out on a Thursday. It's been a little while since we did something like that.
Right.
And then you rewind to yesterday, where it was a terrible night of drinking.
All right.
When we decided to do the move thing, Leah has her weekends booked with various friends.
Okay.
Because she wanted to see everybody, which makes sense.
Makes sense, yeah.
So we went out to Delta, hang with Don, Renee, the rest of the crew out there. And I'm like, okay, well, let's bring some beers. So I brought Dankwood, I brought a Barrel Runner. We stopped by the Holloway liquor store, filled a growler.
Nice.
They actually had a jalapeno cucumber mead. Normally not mead guy. It was delicious. We got like a can of it.
That's interesting.
It wasn't spicy at all. It was like sweet. You like hot pepper jelly?
Mm-hmm.
It tastes like hot pepper jelly with like a cucumber aspect to it. It was good. It was weird.
I'm assuming the cucumber was in there a little bit too to kind of cut the heat from the other a little bit.
Zero heat.
Oh, really? Wow, that's
no heat
weird.
at all. It was just like the jalapeno flavor, and it was sweet. It was like it was like pepper jelly. It was weird. Yeah,
that's interesting.
I know. Yeah, that's why we because at that place at Growlerville Station, the dude's just like, "You guys want samples?" And he just starts lining up samples for us. We're like, okay. And then we had that, and it's like, holy shit! Like, I don't want a growler of that, but they fill pint cans.
There you go. Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to take one so everyone else could try this because it's so weird and interesting.
Right.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, mind you, so far on this Saturday, I've had a cup of coffee and two leftover pork chops.
Okay.
So I'm starving. I'm like, I need to eat.
Mm-hmm.
We get out there, start having some beers. We're just passing out the Barrel Runners. Don had a full growler. We smashed that. Crushed my growler. He's breaking up bottles of mead.
Oh boy.
It's turning into a situation.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not drinking water. A cheese tray comes out. It was all the way at the end of the table, and I'm like, I'm not getting up. I'll just sit here and continue drinking.
That reminds me of when we were out there that one time when we were doing like the power hour, and I just remember looking at Renee going, do you have crackers or anything like that? I'm like, this is going to be a bad scene if I don't get something.
Yeah. Well, that was the problem, is I didn't get anything.
Yeah.
And by this time, Jeannie's like, keys. I'm like, and I'm doing my classic, I'm fine. I still hand her the keys, but I'm like, I'm fine.
Right, as you stumble over something. Yeah.
So not fine.
No, right.
And honestly, I mean, I would have been fine on the drive. I would have been fine on the drive home and this morning. Mm-hmm. But Tony, he kept talking about how Don made mint juleps, and they were delicious.
Okay.
And he's like, and Don's like, well, you guys want one? And I'm thinking, like, deep in the back of my head, it's going, it's a terrible idea.
Right.
And I went, of course I do.
But you're a man of leisure. How do you turn down a mint julep?
And the last time I had a mint julep, it was like in a little tumbler, you know. Well, yeah. This came out in like a pint glass.
Oh boy!
I'm pretty sure it was just a cup of booze, ice, and simple syrup. Which you know how sugar affects me. Right. It was really sweet, and that drink fucked my world.
Yeah, that's how it always is, isn't it? It always feels like that when you've done a bunch of drinking, and then someone is like, hey, how about this? And that one drink is always like after we did the Power Hour and you were like, who wants to try Ron Zacapa? And then you poured me almost a pint glass. Or no, not a pint glass, but a good half a pint glass of it.
Well, yeah. Sometimes I'm a bad influence, Brian.
Right. But it always seems like it's that drink. You know, like you'll be doing anything, like, you know, how many times, well, you left a lot of the time, but different times when we did Growler Thursdays and we go to Mutt's for another, if I go have another beer, I'm good, but we get down there and Jeremy'd be like, whiskey shots for everybody, and I'm like, fuck, you know?
That's what it was, the cup of spirits.
Right.
Straight up derailed my life, man. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, this morning, Jeannie's like, do you remember having this conversation? No. I do remember on the way home going, you need to pull over, and me yakking somewhere.
Naturally, right?
And then again, when we got home out in my yard.
Yeah.
Which I actually am glad I did, because I probably would have felt even worse this morning. But dude, I still don't feel normal.
Yeah, well, that's the other problem I have. I know I didn't. When we go out and drink and we're trying different beers and stuff, the only thing I don't like is my stomach's not a fan of trying various types of beers, you know? Like a stout, an IPA, a sour, you know, it's like my stomach is like, pick a lane, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, oh man. I don't know. Like hot garbage all day today. And I blamed the mint julep.
Yeah, it probably was.
I know I would have probably been not feeling great when I woke up with the amount of beers I was putting in my face.
Yeah.
But I think I would have felt way better if I didn't have that mint julep.
Yeah.
I mean, it was rough, dude. And I also know, I mean, I barely ate yesterday.
Yeah, that does not help.
Yeah, and then I got up this morning, and I actually felt okay when I woke up. I was like, I still didn't feel great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had some water, threw some acid in my face. I drank like half a cup of coffee because I started drinking that, and I was like, oh god, no. And then we started going running around, and Jeannie's like, we're heading, because I also made I made pulled pork for today with
Nice.
Well, yeah, like a whole, you know, like 10 hours in the smoker situation.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, it was legit as fuck. Yeah. But anywho, so we had to go ahead to the in-laws, and Jean's like, we're going to get lunch. And I went, why? She's like, we didn't have dinner. We didn't have breakfast. We should probably, I'm like, you know what? That's an excellent point. And once I ate food, I felt way better.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my original thing, because she's like, well, where do you want to do it? And I'm like, tacos. She's like, really? That's not a food you normally pick. I'm like, I need rice.
Right?
Beans, I need something like that.
I'm telling you, that's why every time we go out drinking, I'm usually like, I need food afterward, or while we're doing it, because I've noticed that when I do that, it soaks up the shit. I don't seem to have the problems, you know, that I usually do. So, or like you said, the next day I'll wake up and be like, I need all the carbs in my face.
Sponge.
Yep.
Well, the place that I picked, because we wanted to go somewhere near the in-laws' house, because, you know, since Leah stayed a night out in Delta, they were dropping her off.
Oh,
they're
okay.
like, well, we want to be there when they get there, you know?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Because they're dropping her off at the in-laws' house.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to pick something over there, and I was like, oh, there's that Sundown Cantina, and closed. And then Jean's like, you know what, I got an idea. And she starts looking up stuff. She's like, Fowl and Fodder, which is a local farm-to-table.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I've
it's
heard
good.
of it, yeah.
And I've only been there once.
Mm-hmm.
No tacos. I ended up getting chicken salad on greens with avocado and like apple slaw. I had all the veg.
I was going to say, that's really funny because I was going to say that's kind of the opposite direction.
Yeah, I know, right?
Sounds good though. It's just
it was good.
Yeah,
we also got deep fried goat cheese balls. That was amazing.
Well,
Yeah, but oh man, food really like righted the ship, and then as the day progressed. But I honestly don't feel 100% still.
Yeah.
It's like that was a bad idea.
Yeah,
I love sampling beers, but I mean, I was going hard in the paint. I was like Rodman in there throwing elbows. It was like,
well, like you said before, stopping is your weak spot.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Once it's like Juggernaut. Once he gets moving,
right?
Good luck.
Yep. Or to use your in the paint reference, like Shaq.
Yeah.
Once he's moving towards the hoop, you should just get out of the way.
Yeah. It was oof.
Yep.
Oof, Brian. Oof. Like today, because we did buy some delicious beers that we didn't take into Delta, because we're like, we'll save those for us. One of them's Shady Nasty, which isn't I love it. But the other one's from Oddside Brewing too. It's called Stinger, and it's a honey double IPA. We're talking to dude working there, like, have you guys had that? And he's like, oh, it kind of reminds me of Hop Smash.
Oh, really?
I went, really? But today I'm like, I'm not drinking at all.
Yeah, you'll have to let me know.
Coffee for this guy.
I'm very curious if it does taste like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll let you know, because I told my buddy Mike, because he's been talking about buying it forever.
Mm-hmm.
I went, look what they have. And he's like, tell me how it is. I'm like, dude, I'll just give you one.
Is that a regular, like a year-round beer, or is it
a seasonal situation?
Figured so.
But yeah, so woof. Mint juleps, kids, don't do it.
Right. Unless you're sitting on a porch in the south, feeling an easy breeze blow by.
Well, if I would have had a mint julep and then that was it would have been fine.
Or at the Kentucky Derby. Yeah.
Or at the Derby, yeah. But, when you're kicking beers in the dick, and then you have a mint julep.
I guess it really goes back to the old, beer before liquor,
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Although that never really, that didn't really affect me until I got into my mid to late 30s. Before that, I could drink whatever, and in any order, it didn't matter. But now,
it doesn't really do that to me now. It's just the quantity.
Yeah, well, that doesn't help for sure. No, it's just if we've had a night of beers though, and if someone goes, "Hey, we can either get another beer or we can have some whiskey," I'm usually going to be like, "Give me another beer." Because the whiskey is probably gonna, some yard is gonna be wearing that whiskey in a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
And, unfortunately, the beers I brought we weren't fucking around.
Well, of course not.
Double-digit beers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you guys are team high octane, so it makes sense.
Well, because when we, after our little vacation, we went to the Jisk's house, and his buddy was there, and we had a beer tasting, and the way they were doing it, I'm like, we should do this all the time. Here's one bottle, everyone gets a little taster out of the bottle.
Yeah.
You're not crushing through it like a 6-pack of expensive beer.
Right.
I was like, this is brilliant, so that's what I did. I'm like, I'll bring one of this, so everyone gets a little bit, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, well then, crushing your way through a couple growlers and, mint julep.
Mint julep.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready to make fun of my wife and I, by the way?
Yes. Always.
Okay.
No.
So, yesterday, you know what we did spend about, it was yesterday. We spent about 2 hours killing time doing what, Brian? What do you think?
Playing disc golf.
Oh, God, no. I know Jeannie's played before and she enjoys it, but I'm over it right now.
Right. I don't know. I really don't have a guess.
Well, we started a garden.
Okay.
And I was building a second layer on my house in Minecraft.
Okay, that surprises me more.
Jeannie was tending the garden,
Like-
cleared land.
Oh, you mean in the game?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, because I'm like, it's always honestly surprised me that you guys don't have like a gigantic garden, you know. So I thought you were meaning
and stuff. That's good.
Yeah, I thought you were meaning that you guys like, you know, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, Minecraft's a different story. So how did this happen? I thought you were like not all about the Minecraft.
Well, you know, a long time ago I played it, and I was like, this is a cool game.
Uh huh.
And I was out exploring, and my dude had all this like gold and shit. I was like, all this cool stuff. And then he died, and all my cool stuff sunk to the bottom of the ocean. I went, fuck this game. And I never played it again.
Because I'm assuming it's not retrievable.
Well, I mean, it is, but you have to, like, spawn at your house with nothing.
Uh-huh.
And then walk to where you died, and then go find it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm like, fuck you, game. I rage quit.
Fair enough.
You know?
Right. Understandable.
And then, I can't remember why I started playing it. Again, I think I was watching Leah play, and I was like, you know, because I do like, it's a very in-depth, creative game.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that.
Yeah.
Despite the fact it looks, you know, like it should belong on an NES with the graphics.
But that doesn't, you know, that, like, I think, like, for me, it doesn't bother me because we grew up with those graphics. You know what I mean? Like, so to us, it kind of has a retro, like a nostalgic feel.
Right.
Whereas I could see, like, kids now maybe, I mean, a lot of them like it, but I could also see where they'd be like, these graphics are horrible. You know?
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
So I just fired it up one day, and I'm like, you know what, let me dick around with this a little bit. And I, you know, one night I played it for, you know, maybe an hour.
I was going to
I
say 6-7 hours, yeah.
And then the next day I was like, let me play it again. And I was like, I'm going to build a house on top of that mountain. And I started doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeannie was watching me. And then the next day, you know, I think she went somewhere. Oh, she went to the farmer's market. I was working on pulled pork. So in between spraying it with apple juice, I would come in. I was like, I had really nothing to do. I was like, fuck it. I'll work on my house some more. And she came in and she's like, can I play too? And then she grabbed a controller, and then next thing you know, we're both playing. It's like, what the fuck happened to us?
I'll be honest, I didn't, because I've barely played. Like, I played when they had the demo first on the 360. I played it and was like, I see that, I think you and I talked about it, because I was like, I see that there's something here, but I don't have the patience for it.
Right.
So, yeah. I'm not surprised that, but I didn't know you could play 2-player.
Yeah, I think you can play more than that even now. I don't even know.
Okay.
I know because Logan was like schooling us.
Right.
Because he doesn't play it much anymore, but he knows, he's like, I'm so embarrassed I know all this stuff about this game.
Whatever.
You know, I found a chest that had like cocoa beans in it, and I'm like, can I plant a cocoa? He's like, oh yeah, you just need jungle wood, and then he put it on. I'm like, what? You know? Like it's a whole thing.
Yeah,
you know?
but it makes sense. I mean, you know, it's got like any game, it's got its whatever.
It's way deeper than I thought it was. Like I didn't even know the whole point of the game is you have to kill a thing called an Ender Dragon.
Okay.
I just thought it was an open world, you just fuck around game.
I knew there was some like villains or whatever, for lack of a better term.
There's bad guys.
Yeah, like I know there's bad guys, but so that's what I thought was basically you just do your thing and, you know, fight bad guys or whatever, but...
Like, apparently you can find certain, I don't even know what they are, elements or something, and you can then make a gate. And you basically go to the upside down, basically.
Okay.
And then there's more stuff in there that you can, like, use as resources.
Huh.
Wow. Who knew?
Okay.
I was like, Logan, I built this cauldron, it's full of water, what can I do with it? Oh, use that to make potions. You can make potions?
Right?
You know, it's like, what?
Well, because it doesn't beat you over the head with it like Skyrim or something. You know, where when you grab something, you go to the info menu and it's like, you can do this and this, and you're like, oh, you know, so.
It's basically like, you can pull up the menu, you can pull up info.
Right.
But it's like, you know, like, oh, this is a bowl. You can hold soup in it. Oh. Okay. It's just weird.
But you can also smoke weed out of it. No. Who knew?
So yeah, that was what we did. We cleared the top of the mountain, planted a garden,
Wow.
made a stream.
And you put a second level on your house.
I started to. Made out of dark oak. Looks majestic.
Now, out of curiosity,
Yeah.
do you have to put any sort of like defenses up for your house? We really should be talking about this off podcast. No one cares.
But the only thing I'll say is you just got to have doors, as far as I know.
Okay.
Because the nighttime all the critters come out.
Mm-hmm.
And if you build a bed, you just fall asleep and you wake up in the morning and you go out, because of course I have a deck off the bedroom.
Sure, of course, to piss off.
You go out on the deck and all the zombies are burning because the light's on them, and they're like, it's hilarious, look at them die.
Right.
And then you go out and you resume doing your thing.
I love the smell of burning zombies in the morning.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I just,
All right, fair enough.
It's one of those games I made fun of for a long time, and then I actually tried it. I'm like, geez. So I can see how people get addicted to
I was
this
going to
game.
say, sounds pretty typical of us.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know how many times we've completely done something like that and then been like, actually.
Yeah.
It was like, I remember a long time ago when I finally sat down with somebody and they were showing me the basics of the Pokemon card game, because at first I was like, Pokemon, Magic is...
Fuck that card game.
Yeah. And then, after watching people play a little bit, or even at our shop watching them play like Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff, I'm like, there's actually good mechanics in this. I mean, a lot of it obviously is stolen or borrowed from Magic,
Right.
but... But yeah, they've all got their own thing to them. Or like that Hearthstone game,
Oh, yeah.
Like at first I was like, oh, that's just like Magic. They're ripping Magic off. And I was like, actually, it's kind of got its own thing. It's,
I used to play that game a lot, and then my phone slowly got worse and worse, and I stopped. I should fire it up again.
That's a good reason to stop, though. Yeah.
Well, yeah, true.
Yeah,
Like
I was
when
thinking
you can't
about...
play the game.
Yeah. I was thinking of downloading it from my laptop. Because I don't like playing games like that on my phone. Or my iPad. I like playing games like that on a system, or... I want a bigger screen is really what it is, And I guess really with my phone I could, because I have an Apple TV, so I could throw it to my TV.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah. But I'm still going to be looking down for the most part, because I still need to see,
what your thumbs are doing
yeah,
and stuff.
so, yeah.
Huh.
But,
Well, there you go.
Anyway. So... All right.
But I feel like also that there was probably other things that happened, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. So, did you see, or was it, earlier this week, I think it was, or late last week, Nikolai Volkov died. You remember him?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I saw that just because the Sheik was putting up stuff on Instagram about it.
And Nikolai Volkov, for anybody who doesn't know, is a pro wrestler, and he was, when we were little childrens, he was one of the, top heels because he was the evil Russian.
Yes.
And, he was a solid worker and everything, but, he was on the Hogan, oh god, what was that called? The Rock and Wrestling or whatever that was called, the cartoon?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he was in that too and stuff. But, he's one of in a long line of pretty much anytime WWE has a guy that's from Russia, he's a villain immediately. Because he comes out and goes, America sucks, and then everybody boos the hell out of him.
Right.
You'd think by now we would have evolved past that, but it still works like crazy.
Was he actually Russian?
That I don't know.
Or was his name Chester Bible Belt or something?
I think he actually
the
was.
most American name ever.
Nicholas Bible Belt.
Yes.
Oh, man. I'm looking right now. But I know he was also, a tag team partner with, he was Croatian.
Oh, fair enough.
Josip Nikolai Perusovic, looks like is his real name.
He could almost just use his real name.
Yeah, really, he could have. So anyway, but yeah, he teamed with, Iron Sheik at different times, and, various other, villains or whatever. So, I just remember hating him so much when we were kids, because he was a bad guy,
Yeah, he did his job well.
He did his job, yeah, exactly. He was a good heel, and came out, waved the Russian flag, and, we were, or the Soviet Union flag, I don't remember, whatever the hell it was at the time, but, we're just, boo, America, You know, you put him against a guy like Hacksaw or Hogan, where they're just coming out in red, white, and blue, and forget it. You know, the crowd's going nuts for the face, you know?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. But, also, Brian Lawler died, who was Grandmaster Sexay.
Really?
Yeah, it looks like he died from...
Brian, like Jerry the King?
Jerry the King Lawler's son. Yep. He was known as like Brian Christopher, for a while, but his name was, actually Brian Lawler. Yeah, and he's had issues off and on with drugs, and I think I read that he OD'd.
That's a bummer.
I'm trying to look at this article I'm looking at, because I don't want to... Anyway, I don't remember for sure if he did or not, but I think I remember reading that he overdosed. And, like I said, he'd been having issues with, like, he had recently just got arrested for a DUI, and he had a bunch of issues after, you know, he was out of WWE. So it's a, you know, one of those sad stories that just, you know, had all sorts of talent and charisma and stuff, because, you know, how can you not if you're the King's kid, you know?
Right, yeah.
But it just, you know, after his run in WWE, it just, things never seemed to, and maybe he had these issues then, I don't know, but sad.
That sucks, though. Yeah. You never, you know, especially with, like, overdose, you never want to hear that.
Right. And he was 46, which is older than I thought he was. I thought he was probably around 40, something like that, you know?
Right.
Nope. There was another one in this article named Brickhouse Brown, who I remember hearing of, but I'm not familiar with.
I love the name.
Yeah. I heard a story on, I think it was on Jim Ross's podcast, where he talks about how Brickhouse Brown was brought in the South, I think it was, after Junkyard Dog went to WWE.
Right.
Because the promoter for whichever territory it was wanted another African American face. So, but then, yeah, it was JR, because he was talking about the differences in their size, because I guess JYD was like 6'2", 300 pounds, and this dude was like 5'8", you know, 200 and some pounds.
Right.
So they were not quite the same stature, but, you know. So yeah, in the last week, those were, you know, three guys that seemed to really rock the wrestling world. Again, at least with Nikolai Volkov, it was, I believe, age, you know, like he was 76, or 70, I'm sorry. So, you know, it wasn't like most of the stories you hear about wrestlers dying, like Brian Lawler, unfortunately.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
So, yeah. Anyway, so, there's that.
This week in wrestling deaths.
Yeah, right. What a terrible segment.
Yeah.
Do you remember Nikolai Volkov, or was that before you were into wrestling?
No, I remember him because my uncle, you know, like every time we'd come over, he'd be like, fucking wrestling's on, and, you know.
Right.
Yeah. So I remember him for that, but yeah.
I remember somebody, I can't remember who it was. You remember the little, like, LJN figures, but that were still, like, the bendable ones you could put your thumb in the back of?
Yeah, right.
I remember somebody got me, like, Nikolai Volkov, and that was, like, the first one I had, and I was like, man, like, I don't want this
like
guy.
Socks for Christmas.
Yeah, it really was. It's like, well, it'll keep my thumb warm, but, yeah, it was just funny, though, because I didn't have anybody else to wrestle him, you know, so. I remember I got Hogan after that, and of course, he never defeated Hogan, because,
well, jeez,
the immortal Hulk Hogan.
Exactly, Hulkamania rules.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what you gonna do, brother?
Yep, when the rubberiest arms in the house. I got nothing. So,
the old wrestlers.
Okay, so I got, I saw a commercial the other day for Chuck E. Cheese, right? And normally, I don't give two shits about their commercials.
Agreed.
Right?
Yeah.
But this one I did because they're doing a promotion now where it's all you can play, right? And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. You know, pay by the hour kind of a gimmick. You know, I could see parents doing that so that it's just like,
sure.
pay for it and get out of my hair for an hour, basically.
Get the fuck away from me, you snot-nosed idiot.
Right.
You dunderhead.
And
go play some skee ball.
In the commercial, it says, you know, starting at $9, and I was like, $9 for an hour is not terrible. But I was also thinking, like, I don't know what games cost in Chuck E. Cheese now, so that makes a difference too. But, you know, I was just kind of putting that into, like, from when we were children, even at like 50 cents a game, you know, usually you get enough time out of a game that's not going to be very many games in an hour.
Yeah, I agree.
You know? Unless you're just terrible at them. Now, the arcade-style ones... What?
It's $9 for a half hour.
Yeah, I was getting to that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
I ruined it.
Right. Ruined! But, like, the arcade games are over fast. You know? Like a whack-a-mole concept. Like, you play that in, like, 2 seconds, it's over. But yeah, $9 for half an hour seems really high to me, but I guess maybe it isn't. I don't know because I don't go there because I don't have children, and I'm not crazy. So... You know,
well, I do like the fact that you can pause your timer. It says, because it's like, need a break, pause up to 2 times.
But once you walk out the door, that's it. Like, even if you've only used 15 minutes of it, if you can't come back later in the day and use the rest of it, or the next day or something, you have to use it then, from what I read.
Well, you imagine some shitty kid, it's like, I'm not doing this. You know that's happening.
Probably.
Neck smack.
Right, because that'll be a question. Imagine your kid plays for 15 minutes and all of a sudden, you know, you gotta leave for whatever reason. Are they gonna give you your money back? Do they prorate? Nope. Probably not. Yep.
No, they won't. You kidding me?
$9 though.
Yeah, I would be curious to know what, it's been a long time since I've been to Chuck E. Cheese, which I'm fine with.
Right.
But the last time I was at one, their games were like, garbage.
Yeah.
You know, I want to go in. I want to like a Lethal Enforcers experience. I want to shoot a bad guy in the face,
or a civilian.
Or civilian.
Because remember, if it moves, it dies. Yep.
If it moves, it dies. Exactly. I don't want to sit there and play ring toss for your stupid tickets. Well, I don't need a spider ring that bad.
That is one of the things that they talk about, is that you get increased tickets during this also, or whatever. And I was like, I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it's like, if you had told me that when we were kids, I'd have been like, yeah, and? Like, I only played skee ball when it was basically about time to go.
Right.
I go throw a few games of skee ball, get some tickets, and then generally grab some various candies and walk out the door. You know?
Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed a skee ball, Brian.
Oh, I did too. I still would play skee ball.
Yeah. But that's not my sole purpose when I go to an arcade.
Yeah, because honestly, like, when we went to Major Magics, the first game I generally went right to was Galaga. And if I'm playing Galaga, I'm generally going to be playing for a little while. Because I'm not great at the game, but I'm not terrible at it. I'm going to get, probably a good 15, 20 minutes out of that game alone. So if you paid $9 for that half hour, I would have wasted so much money there. So that's why I wonder, do they have arcade games, or are they, like video games, or are they just the, arcade style stuff? Because if it's the arcade style stuff, I get it, because those games are over fast. You could play a lot of those in a half hour.
Right, yeah, for sure.
But video games are generally, like, I don't know what the average is in the industry, but I'm assuming they want to give you a good 10 minutes of time, at least, for your, whatever, 50 cents a buck, whatever it is now, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I just Googled what games are at Chuck E. Cheese, and it's just like, there's nothing really. It's not a, it's very vague.
Okay.
But I'm trying to remember like the one we went to. I just remember a lot of, skee ball and the stupid coin thing, and it all felt like it was geared for games that give you tickets.
Right. And that's why I said, if that's the case, then this all makes a little more sense, because you could play a lot of those and get a shit ton of tickets. Okay, now I get it. But I still wonder I'm sure it's probably more than it normally is for that amount of time. And what it'll be is there'll be some kids who will use it and get crazy amounts, and there's going to be those kids who barely use it in that half hour. And, So overall, you make your money, but it's yeah. Like, if I was a kid and you told me I could play for half an hour, then I would probably skip games like Galaga. I'd go directly to the games where I get a bunch of tickets or, you know, those kind of, to try to maximize my time, you know, but, yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, anyone listening, if you go to Chuck E. Cheese, let us know. Like, cause I'm not gonna go find out.
No, I got way better things to do.
But I am curious, because each time I see that commercial, when they were just like, for only $9, or starting at only $9, and I'm like, whoa. Also, I wonder if they give you a break. Like, if you buy an hour, is it 18, or do they give you a little discount on that, you know? But whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's not really important. I'm more concerned with, you know, the other. Because I'm the kind of person that if I had a kid, I would want to break down the monies. Like, you know what you do is you would go one time and just let them play as normal and see how much you spend in half an hour.
Or give them $9 and see how long it lasts.
Something to that effect. Or you just have that budget of $9 in your head, to where if they keep coming up and asking you, you just keep giving to them till they've hit $9 or something. But yeah, it's...
Well, although if it's anything like Dave and Buster's, you have a card.
Yeah,
you
that's true. I forgot about
coins
that.
Anymore.
That's
you know?
Right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's how old we are. We actually used to use or reuse coins.
Now tokens, baby.
Yep. Then they'd go right back into the machine.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, they get counted and then back into the machine.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, I don't mind Dave and Buster's either, but at the same time.
Oh man, if they had this at Dave & Buster's for $9, you'd only get to play like 2 games.
Yeah, well, there was the one time I went to our Toledo one.
Yeah.
They were doing a thing that night that was like, if you spend, I can't remember how much on this play card, part of the it was if you donate money towards some charity they were doing that night.
Yeah.
Your play card would let you play, and I don't like shooter games and racing games for free.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
I was like, oh. And we all looked at each other, because it was Ashley and Josh and Jeannie and I, and we all looked at each other like, okay. So Josh and I went and beat the Terminator shooter game because we had unlimited credit.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Seriously.
So, and then their 4-player Mario Kart was free too, and I was like, fuck, yeah, that was cool, because it was free the whole night.
Right, yeah.
You know, it wasn't like, oh, here's a half hour of freedom. Good luck to you.
Right. Yeah. You know, I mean, I guess also, you know, I mean, I was terribly spoiled growing up, because with my sister being a manager at Major Magics, you know, I used to get pretty much free credits or cups of tokens, so I never had to worry about, or rarely had to worry about that.
Yeah, I have distinct memories of finding your sister so she could fill up drink cups of tokens for us.
Yeah. Exactly. Before
good times.
Yeah. Or like I said, if I was playing a game, one of the guys that was, you know, the guy walking the game room floor, you know, he'd see me playing like Galaga and just bump up like 15 credits in the machine for me or something, you know.
Right.
So, yeah. Or,
and, you know,
after close, they would do that.
Arcades. Like, we gotta pay for this? This is bullshit.
We gotta pay with real money?
Damn, who knew this was so expensive?
Right? Oh, man. Seriously.
I know, right?
Crazy.
Very crazy.
And we got to play a lot of video games. We didn't have to play the shitty ring toss and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Let's play that game where, you know, you shoot water in a clown's mouth. That's not creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, bizarre world.
Yep. Oh, man. So let's see. Do you have anything else? Or
Nah, son.
I think I had something else. Where was it? Oh, here it is. Let me pull up this article really quick, because this blew my mind. I don't remember where I saw this. But this has, I've seen this on different websites, and the headline of this is "Man Dead After Getting Compressed Air Shot Up Butt. Coworker Says It Was a Prank."
Okay.
Yeah. Apparently, It says, one of the employees at the plant allegedly used one of the compressed air guns normally used for fastening screws to play an unfortunate joke on his coworker. After aiming the air gun at his coworker's rear end, the guy set it off, blowing highly pressurized air into his coworker's anus. Not long after, expressed that he was feeling unwell and was taken to the hospital. His coworker later died and the hospital reported the incident to the police.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they suspect that the air, police are saying that the air went through his pants. They suspect it was this which caused the injuries to his lungs, which are thought to be the cause of his death.
Wait, through his pants into his lungs?
Yeah, because it basically, it reversed. You know how normally we take in air through our mouth, basically? It's putting it in the other side and pushing.
So it went through his ass, up his throat into his lungs.
That's what they think, yeah.
Wow, that is impressive.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this, because stories like this, whenever I see them, I'm always like, I gotta find this somewhere else, because I need to make sure that this isn't fake, you know?
That definitely sounds questionable.
Right. But like I said, I've seen it on various sites. But the reason this got me more than anything was this is not the first time this has happened. In July of 2017, a 28-year-old man in Kyoto was arrested after he allegedly caused injury to an acquaintance during a barbecue by shooting compressed air up his anus.
Oh, he did it to himself?
No.
Oh.
He did it to someone else. Yeah.
When you said his, I assumed it was... Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep looking,
Yeah.
for anus stories.
Oh, man. So, yeah, this is, like I said, the fact that it happened once is like, holy shit. But the fact that this is not new, that this has happened before, you know? It's like, man.
I mean, I guess moral of the story. Compressed air goes the other way out of there.
Right. Right?
Yeah.
Blowing smoke up someone's ass is okay. Compressed air, no bueno.
Yeah, no bueno.
Right?
That is,
ridiculous.
That is something.
Yeah. So, yeah. There was that.
I'm just having a hard time wrapping my head around that
Right?
he had ass air in his lungs and it killed him.
Right? I know.
What did that guy eat?
Right. Now, again, I'm laying this out there with a grain of salt because I looked, and like I said, it appears on various websites, but that doesn't mean that it's still not a hoax. But I think the first place I saw it, I believe, was on Reddit in Not the Onion. Usually that stuff is legit, you know?
Right.
So, whatever. Either way, it's entertaining to read.
Wow, that is definitely something.
Yep. So, yeah. I guess that's all the stories I have. I do have something else we need to talk about before we move on.
All right.
And that it's that time of year again. We're going to start recruiting for Dude Mountain.
Oh, shit, son.
Because it was brought to our attention earlier today.
It was.
We were reminded that it should happen.
Oh, no, Brian.
Do you not have the drop anymore?
Well, you remember how I got back on the Nook?
Yeah.
Apparently when I moved sounds over, when this happened, it was in between football season and now, and Dude Mountain drops are not on my soundboard.
Well, that's not right.
So we gotta fix that before next week.
Yeah.
So I guess it'd be like, Dude Mountain! Music and stuff happening right now.
Yeah.
I got music. Dude Mountain! No?
No, I don't think that's quite the right music.
Okay, never mind.
So Dude Mountain, for anyone who's not familiar, is our pick'em. It's our free pick'em league. We pick against the spread, which if you need to know what that means, just Google picking against the spread, and that'll either come up with pornographic things, or it will be it'll tell you about how to choose the winners there.
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, it's free to play if you'd like to play. DM or email us your email address so I can send an invite once I set the league up, which should be this week. And then, like I said, we just do it for fun and, a bit of trash talking and whatnot. We just, the goal is to not be in the underbroth of Dude Mountain.
Yes, the musky, sweaty underbroth.
Yeah. The place no one wants to dwell.
No one.
So,
or
yeah.
do they?
If they do that, you're more than welcome to play if you would also like to do that. And you don't have to know fantasy football. We don't care. Anyone who wants to play is welcome to play. We've in the past, our friend Heno lets his dogs choose his picks, and last year had a pretty good run.
He did have a great run, honestly.
Yeah. So, we're actually all for that kind of stuff, actually. I enjoy when people do that kind of dumb stuff, because it's just funny to see how it works out,
Yeah, for sure, right?
Yep. So, yeah, like I said, if you want in on that, just send us your email via DM on Twitter, or email us at saltylanguage@gmail.com.
Nice.
And there you go.
Nicey.
That's that bit of business.
Well, I'm glad we got the business out of the way. Dude Mountain!
Man, it's just... I thought you lost the drop, Tony.
I know, it's crazy,
wow,
isn't
I just stabbed myself with a pen. That's pretty fun. Ow. Well, it's a really fine tip pen, too, so it feels like being stuck with a needle.
This pen is fine.
Damn it, Tony.
No?
Mm-mm.
Well, shit.
Alright. Moving on. I assume you don't have a... well, we already kind of, I guess, had to shut up and take my money, even though I've discussed it before. But
no, I mean, just cause.
Yeah.
Shut up and take my money.
Yeah.
There we go.
Alright.
There's reasons.
So, time for the Q of the W.
Well, last week, we asked y'all, if you're a referee at an orgy, what penalties are you calling?
Yes.
Yes. Face page, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Our buddy Big Dev. He says illegal shift. Movement from the anal cavity to vaginal cavity without proper cleansing protocol. Offending player fined, doctor's fees, and UTI medication costs.
That's funny. I would say you could probably call it the other way, too. An illegal shift from V to A.
Yeah, that's true.
Without,
that actually, that was my wife's penalty. Flag on the field, wrong hole, wrong hole.
Fair point.
But that wasn't from face page.
Right. Anyway, continue.
And then, we got, hold on, I'm looking for something. My eyes are too bad. Okay. We got Craig Nickel from RIP.
RIP.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you mean our Creed field reporter?
Yes, Creed field reporter, Craig Nickel. I don't know where my Creed dress is.
Yeah, that's fine. No one cares. Yeah.
That's what we welcome his answer.
Yep. Tony, the walking soundboard.
I know. I'm like, what's his face from fucking Police Academy?
Steve Gutenberg?
Yes. I'm the goot.
Yep.
He says too many men on the ice seems too easy. Mm. Now, mind you, definite Canadian answer.
Right. Yep. When hockey instead of too many men on the field. Either way.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was amazing. But that's all I had on face page.
Oh, man. We got one on Twitter from the Besotted Geek podcast, and they said high sticking, which, I could see as a problem for some people.
Indeed.
You certainly don't want to get a high stick when in the middle of coitus. So
it's interesting you mentioned that, Brian. That's coitus. High sticking.
Okay.
God damn it. I know. Jeez. Oh boy.
Just keep making the sound yourself.
Oh jeez. No, I put them up on our Instagram here.
Yeah.
And God damn it. There it is. Sorry, it took me a second to figure it out because
long second.
I'm a rookie at the Instagram story still.
Right.
So, Hot Butter Podcast, they say too many men. Recurring theme, eh?
Yep. So I'm assuming that they've all been through this issue.
I suppose so.
I still think if you're going with various men one, I still think mine's better, but that's fine.
And then we have Big Dev. He answered it on Instagram as well. And that's why it's like high sticking. His cause was also high sticking. High sticking. Dick to the face of an unwilling recipient. Offender gets 2 minutes out of the box.
See? Exactly.
The 642 Evergreen Pod. Too many men.
Boy, that's the winner, I guess. Man.
Uneducated humor on Instagram. Too much sausage on the field.
Same idea. Yep.
These guys are going to the wrong orgies.
Or they're going to like ones from like old AOL chat rooms.
Yeah, exactly.
Just sausage.
Sausage.
One illegal contact would have been a good one too.
Yeah, that would have been a good one for sure.
That's no laughing matter.
Illegal use of the hands.
Yeah.
I was hoping for like legit penalties. That could be innuendo.
Like double dribble.
Yeah. Wait.
No charging.
Well. Charging's a good one. Whatever. But that's all I got on my end. You got any more on your end?
I do. I have where'd it go? Fluffy Bunny Ash says that she actually sent a video, and I forgot I was going to forward it to you, but she says that she's got a bunch of other answers based on real sports penalties, but the clip is what popped into her head when she first heard the question, and I honestly, it's been like a week since I watched it, I don't even remember what it is. But she said she's also got unnecessary roughness. That makes sense.
Nice.
Technical foul, as in bad technique. Good call.
Right.
Personal foul, stop jacking off in the corner and get in there. High dicking, which I appreciate, unwanted dick to the face. Illegal use of the hand, elbow, knee, which is obvious.
Right.
Third person in penalty, also obvious. Uniform violation. Seriously, you didn't even trim that? Fuck, it's not the 70s. Goaltending. You're not allowed to knock someone out of the way on their way in. That's my favorite one.
Yeah, that is a good one.
And finally, butt-ended. Just a hockey penalty that is too funny not to include. Which is true. Yeah. Right. And, shoot, where did it go? Here we go. Cheeto Bandito. Cheeto Bandito says, what penalty am I calling it an orgy? Traveling. There will be no ass to mouth.
Fair enough.
Yep. So, there you go. That's what I got.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have a QW this week that people have already been answering.
True.
They're clamoring at this before we even recorded, Brian.
Yes.
Because our pal, Big Dev, the man who answered twice on 2 different social platforms.
Young Devery.
That's how much he loves QW. He answered twice. He suggested that we do Kirby Absorbs You. What powers does he get? Which, you did your due diligence, did some research. We did do this as a QW in the past. But fuck it, we're doing it again.
Yeah, it was about 2 years ago we did it.
Yes. I mean, when you have such an extensive history on our birthday, things like that happen.
I think it's the first one that we've repeated verbatim.
I believe so.
Like, we've had a few that were similar or kind of in the same ballpark, but this is the first one that is actually the same question.
Yes. Which, if he caught up on his dev notes, he would have figured it out. I'm just saying.
It's true.
True.
It's got a long way to go.
So yeah, so Brian, Kirby, sucks you in.
Mm-hmm.
What powers does he absorb?
What
powers does he get?
Before we answer this, do you remember what you answered the first time? Because I have no clue. Okay. I didn't think about it because we talked about how we've already done this one. I should have went back and listened to hear our answers just for giggles.
I thought about going back, and then I was like,
it's all that work.
Exactly.
Oh, man. What would mine be? I mean, I could go with something like, he just gets hard passed all the time, but that's not so much the case. What could it be? Man, I don't know. I mean, I guess I could, he gained the ability to produce muscle piss.
That's a strong ability.
Very. Yikes.
Nice.
Ooh. Or, throwing Christmas trees.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, mm-hmm. True. Or that was your superpower.
Right. Or throwing pint glasses within, 8 feet? I think it was.
I believe that was the range we determined. With,
like, bullseye accuracy from 8 feet.
Right.
Yeah. Just for shits, I'm just gonna go with the muscle piss. Just because it makes me laugh. Yeah. Plus, I'm just picturing Kirby sucking all the stuff in and then just being like, oh god, like having to piss hard somewhere.
That would be great. He absorbs you and all of a sudden it's just piss hard.
Yep. Split into like 2 streams every time he pisses, like it's, post-sex piss.
That is some aggressive muscle piss.
Yeah, it is.
Yes. All right. Well, I'm pretty sure that if Kirby absorbed me, he'd have the complete inability to keep down a Manjula. If he absorbed me Saturday night, he'd have the ability to get hammered.
It does make you wonder, like, how much alcohol could Kirby consume?
I don't know. I don't know if it's ever been asked.
Right? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good question, Brian. It's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's alright. Well, I guess. There you go. You got any others that popped into your head, or is...
Not off the top of my head, but you never know. I mean, I might just keep answering on the one that's posted on my Facebook, and then we'll read them all, because there's quite a few answers on there already.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't read them, but I saw that there's posts on there like crazy, so cool.
So, for all the answers.
I like what you got. Good job.
And we definitely want to know if Kirby absorbed you, what powers would he get?
Show me what you got.
There you go.
Yep. So, alright. So I guess with that, as usual, we'll invite you over to saltylanguage.com where you can check out all the past episodes. You can listen to the enthusiast episodes that we've done. We should have a new one going up later this week, I believe.
Nice.
And you can see the networks we're part of, like the Tangent Bound Network. And...
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
Entertainment. So go check those out. You may find some other podcasts that you dig. Or not, whatever.
That's a possibility too.
If you're going to be shopping on Amazon, please swing by our website first. Click the Amazon banner, and then it'll take you to Amazon where you can just shop away as normal. It doesn't cost you anything extra. Just a couple extra clicks for you boys. Come on, we're big boys now. We're 7.
I know, right? Give us an allowance.
Tony's, we're both going to be unemployed soon.
That's hilarious.
Again.
Again and again and again.
Oh, man.
That's fucking funny.
Other ways you can help the show that we would appreciate would be, as we mentioned earlier, if you're using Apple Podcast, please rate, review, and subscribe. Leave us the old 5-star ball wash. Please. And, if you're using other podcast apps, please, if they have a review option, please use that, or a share option, anything like that. That helps us potentially get new listeners. We would greatly appreciate it. You could also share our posts on Facebook, retweet our posts, share on Instagrams if you want to do that, any of that stuff, or just share the podcast with somebody you think may listen to it and enjoy it.
Download our entire catalog, put it on thumb drives, distribute them throughout the nation.
And just for your own sake, download the whole catalog daily.
Yes.
As soon as it's done, start it again.
Yes. Make sure our entire back catalog is in your time capsule.
Yeah, exactly. What else am I forgetting here, Tony?
No compressed air in the anus.
Good tip.
Yeah, pro tip.
Yeah. If you want to get a hold of us on social media, like we said before, if you want to suggest a Q of the W question, or if you want to join into Dude Mountain, you can email us at saltylanguage@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me at Stunami.
You can find me at Monotony. Or we also got that Snapchat thing going. Salty_language. You can find me there.
I'm at Ninjitsu.
Of course, we're on Instagram, Facebook. We're everywhere. We're in your mama's house.
Wow. I didn't know we were in their mama's house. Interesting.
She's got a very cozy closet that we peek out of.
Oh my. Alright, so I think that's all the links. If you need anything else, it's available on saltylanguage.com. So just, go there and do things. We appreciate it.
Do all the things.
And again, we appreciate anyone who's, been with us since the beginning, or anyone, even if this is your first episode. Like we said, if it is, though, you gotta go all the way back and listen to all the episodes so you get all the inside jokes.
Oh, yes. We'll start at page 1.
I was gonna say, even though we don't remember some of the inside jokes.
No, we sure don't. We're so inside we forgot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I guess until next week, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Man. Stay salty, motherfuckers.
And happy birthday to us.
Yeah, only 7 candles, though.
Yep.
Disappointing.
Or one big candle that looks like a 7.
I like those, actually.
Yeah. Or we just set the girl from Stranger Things on fire.
That's even better. I thought she was 11, though, wasn't she?
Oh, that's right. Sorry. 7 was from Blossom. That was her best friend.
That's right.
Sorry, I corrected myself. My fault.
That's damn soulless ginger.
We'll just set her on fire then.
She was kind of hot, though.
Fair enough.
We should have done a cake next time.
Yeah, you're right. We should have done a cake.
Are we still recording this shit?
Yeah, we are. Yep.
Perfect. So. All right. The old 10-minute outro.
Yeah, exactly. See you next week.
Oh, shit, Brian. We're not done yet because we have a late Q to W entry. All those soundboards turned off, so
no
whatever. Fix for you.
Yeah, sorry. At least we get it in here. So
yeah,
it was from @Spudcat12, and it was helmet to helmet collision, which is brilliant. That's a great job.
That's a good one.
Right.
That's a good way to close out the show.
Oh no, we also have late breaking news. This is no good, actually.
Oh geez, now what?
Charlotte Rae apparently is dead. Mrs. Garrett from The Facts of Life.
Oh, I didn't know she was alive.
I didn't either. She was 92 apparently.
Oh well, she led a good life. Unless she was killed by an axe, that'd be tragic.
Wow, that'd be terrifying.
Yeah.
Wow, what a way to go. Wow, she looks way different without the red hair. Like her hair went gray or white as she got older. So
you don't say.
Yeah. You son of a bitch. She could have been dyeing it.
Well, Brian, that's the facts of life.
Aw, boo. Boo.